What I love about making movies is meeting new people and experiencing new places and new things that I usually won't never be able to see.
I experienced two different cultures, the Vietnamese culture and the American culture. So I'm really open-minded.
I think it's important for young filmmakers to put the point out there so that we can show that, yeah, we may be young, yeah, we may not have the best equipment, but we do have a voice, and here is our voice.
I think my heritage is helpful to storytelling because I see things in a different perspective.
My family came over to the U.S. when I was 1 year old. My dad actually got really sick when he came over here, and he passed away when I was 4 years old. So in school, I didn't know much English, so I had problems reading and just learning in general. And my mom couldn't help me because she didn't know much English, so I just basically had to learn by myself.
Because my parents came from Vietnam, I knew that the culture there was a lot different from the culture here, and I've never visited it before, so I always would ask my mother to tell me these stories about it, and I would love her stories. And I realized that I love just listening to everybody's story of where they came from and why they're here now. What makes a good storyteller is if you understand other people's perspectives and just not be biased about things. And so to be open-minded like that, I think, is what makes me a good storyteller.
The Youth Media Institute is a nonprofit organization based in West Seattle. We offer high school students opportunities to get engaged in their communities using media. We provide workshops for them to learn how to make movies, digital photography, graphic design, audio production, and also provide training in media literacy.
Make sure you fast forward the tape to the end.
The population of students that we work with at YMI is pretty diverse. Oftentimes their schools lack a lot of technology programs. They don't have a lot of opportunities like this. So it's just that much more important that we operate in this community itself. How you guys doing?
Good. Good.
All right, well, as you guys know, we're here to figure out what we're going to be doing this weekend for the Farrington Foundation. First, I was hoping we could just kind of start from the beginning and see what you guys know, where we're all at, and we can kind of go from there. Yeah, so there's this park, Pioneer Park. It's on Mercer Island. It has a long history in the community, obviously. We've been commissioned, by the Farrington Foundation to really capture what this park means to the community and why it's important. And so over the years, there have been different challenges to it. They wanted to turn it into a golf course. People wanted to develop it. But actually it's grown, and the community has consistently defended the park and tried to keep it as a natural space, as a place that they can actually use to be outdoors. And so there's a question there, I think, that's kind of this question of why. Right? Why is this park important? Why would people fight so hard to keep this plot of land that actually could be making some money, could provide homes for people, other recreational activities? And so I think that's ultimately one of the questions that we're going to be looking at as we...
Conservation is important to me because I just don't want to see things that, like trees and like the environment and like all those views that I see, I don't want them to just disappear.
I think conservation groups should hire young filmmakers because we have the ability to see some things that they may not see.
Telling the story in our perspective would just give it a new, it'll be a new spin on things.
We see things differently, and so we can connect with people like us.
Other youth can relate to us and think that, hey, we can do this too,
The crew for this project is composed primarily of students who have taken our workshops before. I'm going to go through the list of people that we have to be interviewed. When I first met Wynn in 2008, she was really involved with our programs and developing her skills, but wasn't quite so committed to school. She wasn't really planning on graduating from high school. She didn't know what she wanted to do. She just knew she was interested in media. I wanted them to explain the what?
And the time frame of how the park was built. And
as we continue to talk about her future and figure out what she wanted to do in life, she eventually decided that she wanted to go to film school at UCLA. She started out in video production. From there, moved to audio production and graphic design, and now she does it all. One thing that's great about Alex is just his positive energy, his great attitude, and and really just his natural desire to continue improving his own skills. And really on his own, he's developed the skills to a point where he's essential to our organization. Lynn and Lon can seem really shy and quiet at first, but they have so much to offer, and their skills have really developed. They've come a long way since we first started working with them. Lynn in particular has really found herself as a storyteller. She's really great at finding the creative shots and really telling a story in a compelling way. Lon, on the other hand, has really developed her skills in the technical side. She's great with Final Cut and setting up shots.
I just wanted to put it out there, we don't have to come to a solid conclusion of it yet, but if you have any ideas of how you see the video itself unfolding.
My vision for this movie is hopefully to inspire others to create their own movies.
My vision for this film is just to show people that young people can get together and work together to make a movie about something they care about.
I hope that the next movie that we're gonna make is something that will inspire people to do similar things, like say conservation and helping the environment. I hope that it inspires them to take action themselves.
This morning we actually woke up at 6 in the morning just to get ready and meet up over at Youngstown at 7. We actually got to meet our consultant, Ty Magoda, and he's pretty awesome. He brought some awesome rocking equipment for us.
This is our main camera case. We got two 70s. We've got about 4 different lenses. So we've got macro adapters for it so we can get really close to something. And then this is also a telephoto. And there's a wide too, so we can do some wide shots of the park with it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any questions about what you're going to be holding or what you'll be doing, or?
No, I got my done.
You're good.
Okay.
Okay. Are we ready then?
I think so.
All right, we can start loading up the equipment.
Okay.
Sounds good.
We packed up and made our way here to Merced Island to go to Pioneer Park.
Grew up in many places actually. I'm originally from Long Beach, California. Then I moved up to Seattle near Rainier Vista. And then it got a little sketchy over there, so we moved to White Center, a town in South Seattle. We were moving around a lot because my parents wanted to raise us in a safe environment. They were originally both from Cambodia and they moved because of the war. So when we finally got to settle down in White Center, I was actually really excited because, you know, that was my chance to actually make friends that would last for more than just a year. We're on Merced Island, by the way, now, you guys.
Stuck in between the threads and the seams, you hold to your dreams and try to believe in something. Sometimes you get
Today we're at Pioneer Park. and we're shooting some interviews and getting some B-roll of the park.
And that goes on your shoulder.
My baby.
There it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. As far as like the overall, get the story, but.
Oh, that's pretty fancy.
You open your jacket and put this underneath.
Okay.
You want it to like this, and it goes through it.
Oh, okay. So it just kind of pins in.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a pin.
So tell me, each camera, tell me when you're rolling.
Rolling.
Rolling. Now, can I get audio speed? Speed? All right, here we go. Are you guys ready?
My name is Paul West, and I'm Parks Natural Resources Coordinator for the City of Mercer Island.
I just finished interviewing Paul West, and then I also took notes on certain things that he said that we could use for B-roll.
Pioneer Park is really big and it's really pretty. I've never really been to a place that's so foresty and stuff.
The deeper you get into Mercer Island, the more trees will pop up, and everything seems kind of secluded. You can find places like that in West Seattle, but they're not going to be as big or beautiful as it is over here.
My role today is I'm in charge of audio. To make sure that the audio is good, I made sure that it wasn't too loud or too low, that you can easily hear, there's no distractions, no cars running by, and making sure that it's just clean. I used a mic, and then you just attach it to the interview person, and then it's hooked up to the receiver. So from here, I can see if the audio is good by the loudness of it.
Find that it is. It's a place where you can kind of restore yourself and, you know, recreate yourself and go back to work, and hopefully you're a better worker and you're a better family member.
I think the interviews were really good. We got a lot of information.
That's all the questions. Thank you for your time.
Something I learned from it is that a lot of people actually put effort into this park. It's not one of those things, you know, you come by, work on it one time a year, and come back, you know, next year again.
So that's why we're planting all of the western red cedars to eventually kind of rebuild this forest.
Today's B-roll is supporting the story we're trying to tell by showing all the different types of element of the park. We shot B-roll of horses. We shot B-roll of plants, trees, and more horses. So that B-roll is just going to be, you know, thrown in every now and then, so it's going to match together nicely.
One of the great things about the filmmaking process or the artistic or storytelling process is just really that as students start telling the story and really embracing it, they can really change in themselves, and that can be one of the most valuable parts of it. As they experience new environments, new scenery, new settings, they can just really expand their own horizons and really explore things that they weren't really interested in or they didn't really know about before. It's just a really valuable thing for them to bring to their own lives and to bring to their own communities.
How was interviewing people? Well, today when I was asking why like the park is important, a lot of them said that it brings the community together, and they said how this park in particular, it's so safe and so friendly that people just talk to each other, and it's like a positive environment that you have for your community, you know?
Yeah. What someone also said is how it's a park, so where people can have recreational activities where they can like go outside and like be with nature instead of just staying home inside their house watching TV or something, but that they can go out like hiking and walking, and, like there's even horses and stuff. So
I know. I went to the horses.
yeah. I think the documentary is going pretty well because, I mean, we're getting good shots, we're getting good interviews, questions, answers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be something that really inspires other people to do something about their own community.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I'm really excited to put it all together.
The students did a great job shooting the story. They really planned it out from the beginning and made a solid plan for what they wanted to gather, and now it's just a matter of putting it together.
I'm really excited to finish this project because I'm excited to see what I come up with in the end. But the thing that makes me most nervous is that I might be happy and I might have met my expectations, but the client, on the other hand, I don't know what they'll think about it, and hopefully they like it.
Anytime you're creating a project for a client, whether it's a video or photography or whatever, there's always this question of, are they really going to like it? Is this what they're looking for? And ultimately, we just need to have faith in the work of our youth that they're going to tell the story they really need to tell. They're going to tell it from their perspective, and I really have faith that it's going to come out great. I think one of the biggest challenges they're going to face going forward is really just editing down the footage that they've got to capture the essence of the story that they're trying to tell.
Did you categorize what kind of B-roll we have? I don't really remember the footage.
The B-roll?
Yeah.
Looking through all the footage, it seems a bit overwhelming since we have so much. You have to sort them out and see which one you want to keep. You kind of want to keep it all, but you have to take some out because then it'll be too much.
We can use that B-roll over when he's talking about earthquake.
Yeah. I think as a team we worked very well with each other because we're all comfortable with each other. Like, I mean, we're all friends.
Start with his voice over the
I think it's better to work with your friends because, you know, you're more relaxed and you feel more comfortable to share ideas or, you know, just have fun, you know, and that's what video production is about, like just having fun with your ideas. That noise, and then
Or it could be like a montage with music.
Yeah, I think making videos is a bit personal because you're putting your personal intake on it, and you know you're editing it your way. So sharing that with others could be, you know, nerve-wracking.
I think it would be great to be able to show the video here at Youngstown because that's the first time that people get to see it. So I get to see their reactions, I get to hear about their thoughts, and I get to learn from them if they have any like advice that they can give me.
Rendered this yesterday, but there's a problem with rendering, so we have to render it all today. So that's why we're waiting right now. We're sitting here waiting.
We'll make it somehow.
Are we gonna export this or just like put it from here? I think we're just gonna put it from here.
I think looking at the story, we did learn a lot about Pioneer Park.
And since we watched the footage like over and over again, we know the trees, like what the trees look like. So I can pick out a Pioneer Park tree from a different tree because we watched it so many times.
Winnie got really excited when she got the music.
Yeah, she got really excited.
I'm still excited.
Once we got like a rough cut together, so we had like most of the things edited, we realized that we didn't have any music.
We didn't have any idea of where we were gonna get the music or how we were gonna get the music, so just one day I came in and I brought my guitar and they weren't here yet, so I was just sitting here, just playing. And then I played the video, and I just played some stuff along with it. I'm like, hey, this makes sense.
After like an hour later, we came up with the theme song for the video.
It's gonna take another year. Yay! We just finished rendering the whole video. So now we're ready to save, and show it. Okay, well, go straight.
Where are we sitting at? Right there. Alex is behind the table.
Ready? Yeah. Okay. I'll get the lights.
The residents of Mercer Island are incredibly lucky. I think when you look around at how suburban this area is. We have this little gem at the south end of this island.
It's beautiful. It's a wonderful place to be. I love coming here, walking, watching the birds.
And people look to it as a setting where it's very accessible and at the same time has that feeling of seclusion and forest and nature.